You lie down, close your eyes, and suddenly your mind becomes the loudest room you've ever been in. The same conversations replay, the same decisions unravel, the same worries multiply like shadows on a wall. You tell yourself to stop thinking, but that only makes it worse. The harder you try to silence your mind, the more it resists. And here's the strange part: during the day you function. You make choices, you move through tasks, you seem perfectly capable. But at night, when the world goes quiet, your thoughts become uncontrollable. So why does overthinking wait until the moment you're supposed to rest? Why does your brain betray you when you need it to cooperate the most? The answer isn't that you're broken or weak. It's that your mind is doing exactly what it was designed to do, just at the wrong time. Overthinking at night is not a flaw in your personality. It's a signal, a pattern, and once you understand what's happening beneath the surface, it starts to make sense. Psychologically, nighttime overthinking is tied to something called cognitive hyperarousal. This is a state where your brain remains alert even when your body is ready to sleep. It happens when unresolved emotional tension, unprocessed experiences, or suppressed thoughts linger in your subconscious throughout the day. You may not notice them while you're busy, distracted, or engaged with the external world. But when you remove all the noise, when you eliminate all the distractions, your mind finally has space to bring those unresolved thoughts to the surface. And it does all at once. From a neurological perspective, this is connected to how your brain prioritizes rest and threat detection. The prefrontal cortex, which handles logic, decision-making, and emotional regulation, becomes less active as you prepare for sleep. Meanwhile, the amygdala, which governs fear and emotional responses, can become more reactive. This creates a perfect storm where your rational mind weakens and your emotional mind takes over. Suddenly, that conversation from 3 days ago feels urgent. That decision you made last week feels like a mistake. That future event you can't control feels catastrophic. Your brain isn't trying to torture you. It's trying to protect you by solving problems. The problem is, it doesn't understand that not every thought needs to be solved right now. There's also a psychological concept known as rumination, which is different from regular reflection. Reflection is purposeful. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You think about something, process it, and move forward. Rumination, on the other hand, is circular. It's when your mind loops through the same thoughts without progress, without resolution, without relief. Research in cognitive psychology shows that people who ruminate frequently often have a heightened need for certainty. They want to predict outcomes, control variables, and avoid mistakes. But life doesn't offer that kind of certainty, and at night, when you're alone with your thoughts, that gap between what you want and what you can control becomes painfully obvious. Another layer to this is something called the Zeigarnik effect, a psychological phenomenon where your brain holds onto unfinished tasks more strongly than completed ones. If you left something unsaid, undone, or unresolved during the day, your mind treats it as an open file. And at night, when there's nothing else demanding your attention, those open files come flooding back. Your brain is essentially trying to close the loop, but without the tools or the context to do so, it just keeps reopening the same thoughts. This is why overthinking often fixates on things you can't change. Past conversations, missed opportunities, or potential futures. Your mind is searching for closure that doesn't exist yet, but here's where it gets deeper. Overthinking at night is also tied to how you relate to yourself during the day. If you spend your waking hours avoiding uncomfortable emotions, distracting yourself from difficult truths, or moving so fast that you never pause to check in with how you actually feel, then nighttime becomes the only moment your inner world can catch up. Your overthinking isn't random. It's your psyche trying to communicate with you. It's saying, "We didn't deal with this earlier, so we're dealing with it now." And because you're tired, vulnerable, and alone, those thoughts feel heavier than they would in daylight. So what does this mean for you? It means that overthinking at night isn't something you need to fight. It's something you need to understand. It's not a sign that you're anxious or broken. It's a sign that you're human, that you're carrying more than you've processed, and that your mind is asking for something you haven't given it yet. Maybe it's clarity, maybe it's permission to let go. Maybe it's just the space to feel what you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, the answer isn't to force yourself to stop thinking. It's to create room during the day for the thoughts that would otherwise wait until night. Because when you give your mind what it needs in the light, it won't have to scream at you in the dark.